Wow. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Greg. I'm your host, and this is another episode of Mariner of Spirit. And we have two great ladies tonight. But before we get to them, I want to go ahead and mention a few things. Uh, Usually, I start off by mentioning the people I support. And number one is PKC, Paranormal Kicks Cancer. That's Chris Goskowski and Alex Wilkinson, and they're from Florida, and they do an awesome job, benefits, fundraisers that they do across the country, all for cancer research. So if you ever run into them on any of their, little explicit expeditions, or their parties, or their fundraisers, be sure to say hi, and they're great people to know. Secondly, it's the Jessica Petrie Foundation. It's a research for expectant mothers, families of pregnant women with mental illness. And that's a long story, and I'm not going to get into it. But there was a lady lost, and it happened to be Howard Petrie's daughter, and I'll leave it at that. Thirdly, it's Potographs with Tim Miley, who's a great investigator from just north of here. Does a lot of great work, and he has gone ahead and started out when he lost his pup, and went from there to trying to do a comeback. And he decided to go ahead and take a picture that he had of himself and his pooch, and made copies of it, and ended up going to one of the Paracons, and he ended up selling them towards money towards refuge for animals. And he started doing it, and they started calling it Potographs, and now he has a whole list of speakers. He has great events where he goes to different haunted locations, and he does an awesome job. And he is one of those guys that I'll never forget. And then I talk about authors, and some of them have changed because some of them have another book out. So Heatherly Langdon is the first one. Ron Iacovetti, he's got another book out. He is ITC research. Lynn Monet is a great author. She's got, I think, 4 or 5 books out. Then we've got Bruce Holliday, who's like a mentor to me. Uh, if I could call him that, if he would go along with that, I would be tickled pink, because he's one of those guys, along with Jeff Resman, that I'll be on later this month, that are awesome guys, and they were from the very beginning. So it's one of those things that when you see them and say, "Wow, these guys are great." Uh, then you got Rex Nielsen, and Rex has got a new book out, and Todd Bates. Todd Bates is back on the air now, which is a great thing, because Todd Bates does an awesome show, and that's pretty much it for authors. So the last thing I want to mention, and I'll mention it in the beginning and at the end, is there is a GoFundMe uh, event for Becky Evans. And it's a long story, and sometimes we can go ahead and talk about it on a different show. But she's busting butt trying to go ahead and keep it going. And she's down in Alabama, down by where Kimmy is. And she's a great lady, uh, just an awesome lady, is all I can say. Is she's gone a mile and a half, 2 miles easy for everybody else, and now it's come back to her. And I sure hope everybody can help her out on GoFundMe. So that's about it. And now, without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and bring on my guests. And I'm just going from left to right. We have Kimmy Corpse.
Hi, y'all.
Kimmy's a member of the Texas Wraith Hunters, and she is an awesome, awesome lady. And then the next lady, here's Donna Sassy Partlow. I think I got it right. Did I get it right?
Yep.
I practiced, Donna. No,
Hi,
actually,
everybody.
it's great. And you're another member of Tennessee Wraith Hunters, and I am too. So this is like a little mini Tennessee Wraith Hunter show. But it's all it all makes us
or Texas.
happy.
Could be Texas.
Oh God, see, it's like Bugs Bunny jumping out of the rabbit hole with another carrot, saying "What's up, Doc?" But anyway, it's awesome having you guys.
Barbara.
Thank you.
I know that since we met each other, which is quite some time ago now, we always it was always neat to talk to you, both of you. And hi, Brandon. Those are supposed to be cameos, I think.
Right.
Is that what they call a cameo?
It's a dollar, Brandon.
Anyway, I know, since I met you guys, and when you guys came on to Texas Wraith Hunters, I know that I was really happy about it because you guys bring some more quality to that end as far as psychic mediumship is concerned. And I think, with Donna going ahead and doing a lot of this lost people and the old cold cases, etc., that it's brought a different light to the group, because now we have that whole section where we're able to go ahead and Kimmy, do you do that too? Do you do lost
we
cases?
do. We just have to do it in a different way because I don't have like the channeling and the mediumship and etc. to go with it. So we just kind of have to do it. I use cards. I use my pendulum and maps to try and find people, or just ITC version of it.
Right.
But yeah.
I'm gonna start teaching her though.
I think that Donna, your point on when it comes to your approach, and I know that from some of the
amazes me every day. Yeah.
Some of the things that have transpired, in a short period of time. It's really great to see what you can do along with what Kimmy's approach is. And Kimmy, running the board and doing all that on your end of this, you run the board too, don't you, Kimmy?
What do you mean?
The shows? For the shows?
Yeah. I do StreamYard and pull up the comments and do make all the graphics and all that kind of stuff.
So you guys make a good team together.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say. If we want one-on-one, and there's a whole bunch of great people in here already. That's awesome. Oh, there's Cheryl from across the street.
Hey. Hi, Julie.
Cheryl is a awesome lady.
Julie.
And Rob is there.
Julie, that was just in the comments.
They're right up. They're right up there now. They were right up there.
Did you see Julie? That was just in the comments, Greg. Right there. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Julianne Guthrie.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I saw her. Maybe it was on Greg Bakken's show.
Yeah, I haven't seen her.
And then we don't. Who's this wonderful lady that we have up here now? Sydney.
What's up, Sydney? Another Wraith Huntress.
Another Wraith.
Boy, I saw that picture of her the other day and I almost fell out of my chair.
The black and white one? Yeah.
Yeah. Those, there's sometimes that black and white works so much better than color.
Yeah.
And that really brought it to town. So, if we go one-on-one and we say, let's go ahead and start out with Donna and say, Donna, why don't you let everybody know a little bit about yourself?
Oh, boy. Okay. My name is Donna. I'm an empath, psychic medium, clairvoyant, etc. I work cold cases. I'm on a national team on here. I was given permission, I could say I'm on Grizzly's team. Grizzly on the hunt. I'm on his team. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a healer, as you know, Greg.
If you weren't going to mention it, I was going to mention it. Sure. Because they are screwing me around again.
Oh.
And I've been sitting and waiting, like you're waiting for the hangman's noose.
I told you, message me.
Yes, anytime. I understand. I understand. Sometimes I feel, I'm stepping out of bounds because I know you're a very busy lady too.
No. I told you, message me anytime. It doesn't take long at all.
That's my leg hitting the wrong wire. Excuse me, just 1 minute. Let me put this up there. It wasn't the spirit. It wasn't spirit. It was me.
All you got to do is message me. I mean, it don't take long.
I understand. And I appreciate it. And I thank you.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to add to what you were talking about?
I mean, I do readings.
How do you do them? Do you do them via Facebook, or do people call you up and say?
Some people they call me. They call me. I do it FaceTime. I can read pictures, cards. I just got some rooms. So I'm going to start doing rooms.
You said runes?
Yeah.
RUINS?
Yeah, I can get them if you want me to show you.
That's okay. Let's just get through this part first.
Okay.
You're saying ancient places and
yeah, it's like these little things. You pull them and you read them. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to go to Kimmy then, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, Kimmy, how about you?
We do Echoes in the Wind on Saturdays, and then we do also producing with Beyond Belief Paranormal Investigators with Pete on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
We also do Phantom Friends on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I do a paranormal cooking show. So pretty much it.
When's the last time you burned a pot on a live Facebook?
I haven't burned a pot, but I've burned myself.
Yes.
Oh no.
Hey, Linda.
Linda Dredd's here. Nancy's here.
She don't really burn herself. She's scared to fry. Yeah. Frying. It kind of scares her. So.
Oh, that's got to be
other than that,
a lot of our frying we do in a giant short pan over a fire in the summertime.
With the grease?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she gets a little scared of.
So how long have you've been cooking your whole life?
I've been cooking since I was little. My mama didn't really have the patience to teach us, so it was kind of like once you got married, you kind of have to start learning. So it's kind of like my way of escaping and getting out of my head. Because I'm a Gemini. My mind runs 20,000 miles an hour. So
I know when you mention it, and I think about it, it's like, wow, that's really cool that, of what you do and you're actually able to do it on TV. Or I mean on Facebook, and it's live, because that's really cool. And there's not, I think you have the only show that does that?
I think so. I haven't seen any other. I mean, there's cooking shows on Facebook, but I've never seen any specifically. Like I'll have the spirit box going when I'm cooking, or cat balls, or I don't do the EMF thing because it goes off with like the stove and the microwave. But so I try and keep it.
So between you two, I know you guys do the show together. How long have you been doing that show now?
Since September.
Yeah. September. We've known each other for about 6 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But the show now is almost at the end of the first year?
Yeah, September to be a whole year.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And you guys do an awesome job when you're together. And it's really great to, have people like you on that mesh really, really good.
Yeah.
And so my first question would be, if we had the opportunity to see you people in action, what is the first device you'd have in your hands on an investigation?
Who's going first?
You can go.
Myself.
I knew that answer. Kimmy?
I got a laser grid that I won in a competition, so I would have to say the laser grid. I like my laser grid.
Why do you like it so much?
Not being able to, I mean, I see energy, but I don't see like spirits in their form or whatever. So it kind of gives you the opportunity to look for it if you don't see them, and then you're like, oh, something just passed by there. So it's kind of like that way of.
Do you use that laser grid in conjunction with another piece of equipment?
Yeah, usually I'll have like the laser grid, and I would set it up with cat balls. I haven't gotten to use it yet, but I plan on it. But yeah, I would like to.
Have you seen Brandon's shirt that he had? The DOBO shirt. That's the 4 letters that are on the front of the shirt, and it says "balls out" or I can't remember it now for some reason.
I like the flashy stuff.
But anyway, it's something D and then B, so balls out. And the first one, I can't think of it. And I got the shirt upstairs.
Oh, did you really?
And I can't think of it right now. I sometimes I get caught up in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I know it, and then you know how you go ahead and try to say it, and then it just it falls off the shelf into the back, and you got to wait for it to get pulled and put back up on the shelf.
Yeah.
So when you do it, Donna, do you go in cold, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is the most important room that you would start in? Do you have an important room?
Actually, I would just feel it out, walking in and feel out.
You go to where the spirits are calling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would feel it out, yeah.
They're not lounging on the couch or
all depends where we
watching
go.
TV, eating popcorn. But that's what's really neat is when you can have somebody like yourself and a team and be able to use, and go ahead and go in and say, okay, this is how it's playing out.
Yeah.
And then everybody can come in later on, and as long as everybody, do you believe in being courteous with the spirits?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, utmost respect.
Okay. I know occasionally you'll see people on different shows and they even on some of the sessions that are they show they're filming on Facebook that they're a little bit on the edge. And I think the same way you guys do because I think is of the utmost importance because
Mhm.
you're in their abode. You know, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually, you know, when they're there, it's there's a reason for them being there. Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be your hottest haunted location? I'll start with Donna. What was the
Hardest.
what was the biggest, the hottest, where the place was just jumping?
Well, I haven't been on soil yet to go. Well, put it this way: it wasn't a investigation, but I was at my doctor's office, and I was sitting there waiting to be called, and there was three people that walked in, and I literally ran to the back of the office. And it
Wow.
was one of the guys that walked in. It was just their energy, and it was dark. And that happened, I think it was, I don't know if I told you about that, Kim. It was maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Oh.
Why would you run?
Oh my God. The energy was just overwhelming. It was dark.
But wouldn't you consider yourself to be on neutral ground with them? And like in the doctor's office or someplace like that, and
I
just
do,
they have to stay there. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, I mean, I do my protection and everything like that, but it was just so overwhelming that I had to get myself away from that person.
Wow.
And
That's what I.
all I could see was like darkness, like candles, chickens, like somebody doing a ritual is what I could see.
Like a voodoo type ritual, huh?
Yeah. And I just had to remove myself.
Have you
And
ever
I
been?
just sat back.
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
No. No.
Have you? Do you have any intention in going there?
Oh, I'd love to. That's all my mom ever talked about. She loves it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kimmy, how about you?
Um. I've only done two: a graveyard and the Oksana Victorian. Oksana Victorian was probably the hardest because I wasn't feeling good and I went anyway. But we still ended up with some good evidence, but it was just like pulling teeth to get it. And it was more of like voices and touching. It wasn't really like, hearing footsteps because like the trackers and stuff was going off, but you weren't hearing anything. Like it was completely quiet.
The reason I'm asking, and for both of you guys, is do you have any preparation before you go into these locations?
Yes.
And what do each one of you do?
I do a St. Michael's prayer. I do my native protections. I do I always make sure to ask permission to enter wherever I'm going. Instead of going right in and taking pictures and trying to investigate, I literally just walk around and feel everything and just see where it takes me. And if something told me to get out, then I would get out, but go back later and try and figure out what it was. You know, because it's this respect thing. If I told somebody to get out of my house, I would want them to leave.
Yep.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
So, Donna, you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know there's been many a time that I was at locations that are just like St. Albans
oh
and
well, yeah,
huge, dark, Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary down in Tennessee.
yeah. Brushy's
And
on my list. Yeah.
and Brushy is probably the most overwhelming that I've been to.
Oh, yeah.
Besides, it would be the other hospital up in Ohio State.
Oh yeah, the Mansfield one.
Yeah, Mansfield. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mansfield had something like that, but it was in the individual cells. It wasn't out in the hall or the corridors. The Wraiths just laughs in front of danger.
Yeah, I don't run because I'm scared. I'll go. I mean, I stay in it, but I just respect and I'll go back later.
Brandon always wears a flak jacket when he goes in, and I would too if I had my flak jacket.
It's not my
I
name
don't know what
anymore.
he's got. It's not your name anymore.
I'm Brian's bitch.
bitch.
Brian's bitch. Just thought I would share that with you, Brian's bitch.
Brian's
Aw.
bitch.
That's why he was pointing to it. Instead
I
of
that
can't
Brian-
compete
Brian
with a
Wells?
beard, dude. I can't compare it with a beard.
Yeah, Kimmy's husband.
I
So
can't
that is Brian Wells. So there he is.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
Kimmy's husband.
How does he like your cooking?
Oh, he loves it when I cook. I mean, with well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 shows in a week. We eat out
That's
a
a lot.
lot, but the other 3 days I cook.
How about you, Donna? Do you cook?
I mean, I've cooked all my life.
Yes.
All my life. Now I'm empty nester. I cook if I feel like it.
You cook macaroni and cheese and chili and stuff.
Yeah.
Comes in a can.
Yeah.
Okay,
then-
high five me
Right.
because that's woo.
But
That's-
if I
that-
feel like it, I'll cook more.
I do love when somebody does a big pot of chili because I
Mhm,
both my
yeah.
daughter-in-laws do an awesome job with that,
Mhm.
and I would make the biggest mess. I probably wouldn't be allowed in the kitchen and all our kids are gone,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, did you see the mess you made? And it's like, I don't see no mess.
Hey, a messy cook means the food's gonna be good.
Mhm.
I'm messy cook. I am messy.
That's good.
Nasty clam chowder.
me-
Clam
That's all I
chowder.
eat.
Chowder.
I live on clam chowder.
I want to just take a small break for a second and mention everybody
that's
that's here.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Brian, of course. We got Brian Wells. We've got Anthony. We have Nancy Noonan Kelly. Pete Cardoz is here. Tabitha Meadows. Nancy again. Brian again. The good support group. We got Barbara Woodbury Spear. Barbara, as usual. Love you. We got Sydney. We got Anthony. Tom Bailey.
Ooh.
Is that he says Kimmy rocks? Okay, and then we've got of course we've got Cheryl and Rob from across the street. You got Julianne Guthrie Smolson,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney. one of these days I'm gonna learn how to speed read. Peter, Nancy, Sydney, Linda, Judd, Peter, Linda, Judd. We got Bobby Resnick. Bobby's here. He's a another Native American,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't even cover that part either, which I want to do as soon as I get through these names. Carol Garcia. We've got Peter again. Anthony Resnick, of course. Anthony, Brian, and this is Nancy and Linda Judd. That's awesome. Thank you everybody for being here. I usually do that. It takes me a minute, but tonight it took me more. But now, what was I going to say?
I think about the Native American.
Okay, let's cover that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that you're Native American,
mm-hmm.
and I know you do an awesome job with your gifts. Does being a Native American help you as far as your gifts are concerned?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever gone to any of those big parties they do?
Oh, I will be.
You will be?
Yeah, Resnick just let me know.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great privilege to be able to do that. I'm sure. And he's one of those people that is amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm open-minded to anything like that, because we certainly weren't the first ones here.
Yeah.
And you go all the way back to the Incas and the Aztecs, and that's like 5,000 years BC.
Right.
And they went all the way up to the top of Canada.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I had no idea about, but as far as your tribe is concerned, or your blood, where is it, and how many are left now?
French Canadian Blackfoot.
Blackfoot?
Yep. Which the tribe for that is Siksikawa in Canada. And then I'm Cheyenne.
Wow.
From my dad. Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're gonna actually do two of those big powwows.
Yeah.
You're gonna be drained by the time you get back.
Right. She's gonna be shaking those tail feathers.
That is really, really cool. So Kimmy, your background, where did your family come from?
My grandfather's father was Blackfoot from Quebec. I don't know much about it. I haven't been able to trace it back yet. And then I'm Cherokee. And that's from my mom's side, I believe. But anyway, it was North Carolina.
Did somebody talk to you and tell you that, or?
The Blackfoot history was in our family history, so we always knew that. But I just haven't been able to prove it because when we were doing our ancestry, we found our great great grandmother. Obviously, the kids back then were getting pulled out of homes, out of Canada, and brought to be in homes. Literally getting intertwined with the white people, and so there's this white family. Obviously, you can see it on the black and white photo, and then there's this dark little girl standing beside the family, and she just stands out. So I'm thinking that was her, but I haven't, like I said, I haven't been able to trace that one, but I've been able to trace my Cherokee side.
So are you going to be doing a powwow too?
I've been to Cherokee.
You
I've
have
been
been.
to the Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where they have in Cherokee County.
Okay.
So I've been to there. So didn't know at the time that I was Cherokee, but I was there for some reason.
How was that for you?
It was cool. Like you go there, I got some moccasins and um but like I said at the time we went there and you know, you didn't know at the time, but we were just, you know, the typical, you know, tourist, I guess you would call it. But you're like, "Oh, that's why you're drawn to this or you're drawn to that," or when you find
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, I always knew I was from my mom. I always knew I was Blackfoot.
Mhm.
That is awesome that you're going to be able to experience that too, Donna.
Yeah.
Because I my whole family comes from Europe, so
Hmm.
that I know of, and I
Right.
don't know if anybody that was here before that was involved with my family.
Yeah.
Because I know my dad's side, it all came from over there, and my mother's did too.
Right.
But there's, when I haven't, my brother did a bunch of ancestry work, and our last name is Kos, Kos,
Hmm.
and in Polish, that is that just a surname. So
Hmm.
that means that whoever it was up the ranks. It's not the son of or daughter of or anything like that. Kozinski and Kowalski and all that business.
Oh
Yeah.
And
wow.
and Kos means blackbird in Polish. And the sign of the blackbird back in, if you go way back and you continue to do it, that was the sign of the Undertaker,
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
who would have his own castle, and that's where he would go out and bring the dead people back and bury them or prepare them or whatever they did back in the day. So
Oh wow.
that's why I was interested in both of your backgrounds, because
Yeah.
I knew that there was a lot of Native American in the room, and that's a
Well,
great thing because Brandon's the same way,
yeah.
Right.
and it gives me a great opportunity to really go ahead and get into the respectful end of Native Americans.
Yeah. When my mom came over, she was just little, and the borders. I mean, way back then, my mom's 89. So way back then, the borders, they messed up. Like a lot of people we talked to, like I talked to, they mess up your names. And my mom, her real last name was Rainbow, the French way, Rainbow. And um, when they came over the border, they left it out and put it in Boo. That's not their name. So all
Mhm.
their papers are in Boo. And
So
then, huh?
I just keep on going. Okay.
So my mother always tried to get her papers from over there. Nope. The church over there, it's different than over here. We got the city hall, stuff like that. It's not like that, especially way back in the day. And there was like a little church that held all the papers for the natives and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it burnt down. So all the paperwork is gone.
You can't go through the government.
Paperwork's gone. All the paperwork's gone.
Where was the tribe at?
In Canada,
Where at? I mean, what province?
um,
Or was it spread all over the place?
no, it was when you look on the map, you see the big buffalo, and it says on it, French Canadian Blackfoot.
So
And
that's Quebec then, probably, huh?
I can't remember.
'Cause
I had everything.
Right. More
Everything's
likely.
on my desk over there.
there's got to be some way that they would be.
No, I was talking to my mom, and she said that she couldn't even get none of her papers. Her mom tried getting them and everything, and the church burned down. Everything's gone.
Well, I'm thinking that, if you went through the government, their governments up there make money on everything you ask. And every year I spend money because I need pieces of paper that say I'm going to Canada. And I go down,
Right.
we go up in Ontario. And if you don't have the right paperwork,
Yeah, but
so
I talked to Resnick
yeah,
and his friend, and being where we don't have all the family paperwork, nope. You know how you sign up being native and stuff like that? No.
that's a shame.
I could never sign up if I wanted to.
That's a shame the way they.
It's okay. I know, at least I know.
Blood work though.
Yeah, but that
blood work will
I
prove
mean,
it, but
it brings.
I already know who I am.
Yeah, there's no sense. I mean, you know who you are.
I know who I am, so I don't have to.
If you wanted to really go ahead and validate it, and you did the blood work,
I don't have to validate it because of my mom. But
no, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Yeah.
Because you're basically on the East Coast, so I think it would just be interesting myself.
Well, she came over when they came over the border. They came right over here, in Boston, somewhere over here. They came over the border, and they ended up in Mansfield, Massachusetts, and that's where my meme. She stood there until she passed away, and now my mom's in Tennessee. So,
why does she like Tennessee?
Because she's into the cowboys and snakes and country and all that.
Cowboys and snakes?
Yeah, and I ain't into that. No.
And bears, oh my.
They do have some big snakes there.
Yeah, Kentucky, they do.
Even in southern Illinois.
Nah, she's from Tennessee, Baileyton, Tennessee. She don't even have neighbors. Her neighbors are cows and bulls. She's at the bottom of the Smoky Mountains. Okay. That's it. You sit on her back deck and you look up, you see the Smoky Mountains. It's beautiful.
Does she talk bull?
Does
she talk bull?
You can hear them when you sit on her deck. They're like, and they're hitting their cages. It's like, oh my god.
That's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that I do a lot of crazy things myself, and when I was younger, we had horses, and the pasture right next to the horses were the cows and the bulls.
Yeah, they got horses over there too.
And it's like the bull would always come over towards the fence, and he had a big rack on him, and I'm going, oh, what a nice rack you got, Just
I wouldn't go near those bulls. No.
He's like, I'll show you my rat.
They put their big thing right into the cage. No.
So
they're crazy.
They'll chase you across the field.
Yeah. No.
So when it comes to this coming 2024, is there anything both of you feel you would like to accomplish for the year that's related to the paranormal community?
Yeah, get together and go on a road trip. That's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you going to go on the road trip to?
Either I'm going there, she's coming here. We're gonna do something. Cause
Oh,
I
okay.
got Salem right there. I got Lizzie Borden down the street.
Holy cow.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do something.
Have you ever talked to Lizzie Borden?
I go by her house all the time. I took Kimmy by there a while back. Every time I go in front of her house, I'm like, Kimmy, look up, second floor, left window. And Lizzie was standing there looking right down at us. On Kim?
Yep.
And she took pictures of her.
Just like
So you don't have any problem at all saying it could be somebody else?
No, it was Lizzie Borden. She was looking right at us. I could see her.
So she's the one that did the
My
dirty deed?
Oh yeah, my father gets pissed. She didn't kill her parents. Her uncle did. No, she didn't do it. No, her uncle did. And people always say she lives at Maplecroft up the street right here,
Right.
because Maplecroft's right here, Second Street's right there. I'm like in between them. She don't live at Maplecroft. She lives at Second Street. Her sister used to live at Maplecroft.
I have a couple crazy questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Tara Simus.
Ah, it's my daughter.
Oh. Wow.
And who will take Diamond? Oh, my dog. She's talking
if
about
you
my
go on
dog.
So if you go on a road trip.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my mom over
Mhm.
there. Tara's, that's my mom. We trade spots. I'm her daughter. She's my mom.
That's pretty cool. So out of the group,
You're welcome.
and out of the group, now you guys were all by yourselves before you came into the Wraith, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel so far about being in the group?
Good.
Everything's okay. You've got your personal papers you got to show when you go on the air and the Wraith's running the meeting.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Anthony, when they made Anthony, they really got rid of the mold.
Yep.
There's only
Right.
one Anthony, and now and then we'll go, and the last question will be, how do you both feel about the woods?
I want to go.
Without really getting into location or anything else.
Instead of going psychically, I want to go myself. I've been psychically quite a few times, but it's not the same as going yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of stuff. That's how I met Anthony. I was on another team a long time ago, and I was doing cold cases for them. And it was a podcast. They had a podcast, and they needed a psychic medium, and they asked me. And they said they had cold cases. And they said they overflowed. No, they weren't. They only had 3. I did 3. And I met Anthony. He came on the podcast. That's how we met.
So how many cold cases have you done?
For that team, only 3.
All in all.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Do you have a ledger that shows all of them?
I don't keep them.
So
I do them and let them go.
Okay, so then there's got to be something to hold them on. If holding them on paper.
I do. No, I don't write them down.
Okay.
No.
Because of that?
Do you remember? You know what just happened to me, right? I got yeah, you know what happened.
Okay. And was that had something to do with what we're talking about?
That was the first time it ever happened to me.
Okay. My curiosity, we used to have to do reports for every investigation we did.
Well, yeah, Grizzly he says take notes.
Okay.
But even still, I got a shredder over there. And I'd rather them go in one ear and out the other and get rid of them. But I still do remember the cases, certain
But
cases.
if you put it on paper, would they be able to be drawn to that paper? The bad
I don't
guys?
want. I don't see when you work on cases like this one time. There was 5 cases at once. They were all linked together. Remember that? Now, when you do that, they'll still keep coming back bothering you.
Okay.
So the way I rather work is do the case, get rid of it, and get it out of my head, and that's it.
Okay.
So I don't keep ledgers or anything like that.
That's a good reply. How about you, Kimmy?
As far as what for me?
Cold cases, investigations. Do you record everything, or?
I mean, they're on the lives that we have, but as far as like, they never really leave you. Like, I mean, the 3 cases that we have done, they're constantly like you're always thinking about them.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try to find them, you're always gonna.
You're not gonna forget.
You're never gonna forget.
Yeah, they'll always be there.
It kind of sticks with you.
Yep.
Who's in dementia stage? Is that your daughter again?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to put that up?
She don't have a clue. Don't listen to her. She's being fresh.
That's and
I think she's talking about your mom. That was a comment from
from before.
She's almost in dementia stage. Who are you talking about, Tara?
She's talking about your mom. Y'all were talking about your mom.
Maybe she's talking about my mom. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is your mother's how old?
89. And she does have dementia.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Just the start of it.
But that's the kind of thing, the people that are in here. And then here's Tom Bailey says they use a Wraith spotlight to connect. It's got batteries. Does it got batteries?
He don't know what he's talking about.
Spotlight.
He don't know what he's talking about. A Wraith spotlight to connect? No.
So if we all got together and had one big party, would we all sit together or would we be in groups?
What do you mean?
When you have a big party.
We'd all be in a Wraith group.
Yeah, it would be all Wraith.
Yeah. So we'd all be together.
Yeah, I would like to think so. I would like to think like not only will we be together, but we would, include everybody too.
Yeah, I would like to think so.
Would you share the fried chicken with me, Donna?
Yeah, of course I would.
I'm trying to get Donna to do some fried chicken on the show.
Yeah, she wants me to cook some fried chicken. Yeah.
Don't burn your house down, though.
No, I make good fried chicken.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to give me the recipe for that because that's got.
I always have.
I know I'm a Southern girl, but I cannot fry for nothing.
I haven't in a while. I haven't in a while, but I know I make good fried chicken.
What kind of dressing do you put on it? Just flour?
I use flour. Yeah, I don't use cornmeal and all like that. No.
Just checking it out before you make it, so I know what I'll be eating.
Resnick is going to bring his fry bread. Oh, I don't want to make that.
Oh, fried bread's good.
Oh,
I was married to a Southern
Kimmy,
man,
I
so
cook better. So why don't you come cook with me too, Tara? Just
All
saying.
these other people, Tara Sims.
my daughter was
Hey, Victor.
she worked as a chef for
Is
the
Vic
longest
here?
time.
Yeah, Victor's here.
Hey,
Hey, Vic.
Victor.
Good to see you,
And
my
Rose,
friend.
think you're welcome anytime.
Good to see you.
Somebody needs to make some fried bread. I need to learn.
Fried bread's good.
Because I pull
Especially
up Indian food because I want to learn like native cooking too to add to the thing, but
Native American
like
fried
it all
bread
brings
is
up like
good.
I don't know if I'm gonna say this right without offending even myself, and I don't get offended, but like without pulling up the country India, like I'll
Yeah.
key in Native
Yeah.
American or I'll key in
I
like
know, I was on with
in
you.
and it
Instead of
pulls up
Native American,
India and
it
not
brings
Indian.
yeah. We've been on
Yeah.
together where she tries to pull up stuff and it brings up India instead of Native American.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kimmy used
Native
tongs in my
American
fry.
fried bread is good.
Yeah,
How do
Kimmy's
they do
problem is
that?
that the grease attacks
I
her.
don't know. That's what we were trying to look for. We couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
When the judge says, Jimmy, use tongs when you fry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it attacks me, it's like, oh, it's Kimmy cooking. So it's
You,
like,
you don't use your fingers.
Mm-mm.
Indian dot, not feather. What was that from Resnick?
We'll have to have Resnick teach us.
mm-hmm.
Indian dot, not feather.
Right. It pulls up the dot, not the feather. Because I was trying to explain it in a way that's
Okay, I
politically
know.
correct. Or
That's
trying to get
awesome.
there.
So
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's.
you'll
Go
have
ahead.
to give us the recipe.
Yeah, or you can come cook with us. Yeah.
I have issues with the tremors, so I could probably shake the pot up really good. But I
No,
don't
like you know
want.
how like you put the fried chicken in the bags to fry them up. You could do that. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, but then who's going to fry it up?
we'd fry it up.
Are you gonna?
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to hand it to you through the screen?
Sure. Or we can just go to Greg's house and fry it up for you.
Either that or I can come down to Bama.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Are you north or south of Montgomery?
North of Montgomery, east. I'm northeast of Montgomery. I'm right outside of. I'm in between literally Birmingham and Talladega.
You know where Dothan was?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ozark
Yep. I have
Enterprise.
family in Ozark, so
I lived in a trailer there when I was flying out of Fort Rucker.
yeah,
That was a long time ago.
that's a big base, though.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Mm.
Well, if if you guys have any other questions, please put them down because we're going to get ready to shut down here.
I was just gonna say
Travel
quick.
recipes aren't exact.
Sure.
Jenny
Are
was, Jenny from Ireland. She was on a show tonight, and I didn't mean it. She was on the show tonight. She was talking about she just did investigated two castles,
Right.
and I don't know who the guy was, but do you know where he's from? He
He's
talks
from
funny.
he's from the States.
I don't think so. He talks funny.
They had a guest that came on for the investigations from the United States.
Oh no, Michael. He went there.
Michael.
Yeah.
That's right.
But tonight they did or today they, I don't know, sometime early tonight, they did a show. It was Jenny, Louise, and then there was a guy at the bottom with glasses. He's always on his own podcast, but he was on Jenny's tonight.
Was he bald headed?
Kinda with glasses,
His
like
name's
small
Chris.
glasses.
I
Yeah,
can't think of
Christopher.
UK. He's UK.
Yeah,
I
UK.
think. UK, I think.
All right. So
Or
they
Scotland,
were on.
somewhere there.
Yeah, his name's Christopher though,
He's
and
got a real crazy accent.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they
He's
were
from
talking.
Ireland.
I thought he was like Romanian or something. I don't know. So they were talking and everything, and I'm like, I feel energy.
Scottish.
I said, who has a spirit? Because I feel energy. So they're like, I don't know, Donna. You know, and I clued it in to that guy Christopher. So I said, Christopher, it's you in your studio. And he just looked and he said to Jenny, is she a psychic or something? He had this weird face.
Is she psychic or something?
The next time somebody says something like that, you got to go ahead and say, I'll take a dog with everything on it and order a French fries.
He just pointed to my comment. He said, is she a psychic or something? And Jenny said, yeah, she is. So he says, she's talking about me. I said, yeah, I'm talking about you, Christopher. Somebody's with you. I said, it's a male presence. And he's like, he seemed like he was getting squirmish. And I don't know why. Wow. Because then he turned around and said, it's my roommate. And then he put his hand up and he's like, yep, I can feel him around.
His roommate died?
I get my chest started getting like, because I said, oh, my heart is beating real fast. But then it started getting tight. So I think I didn't say no more because the guy looked like he was, I don't know, freak. Because he kept looking at my comment and then he's looking up and he's looking around his room and looking at my comment and looking around his room. And I was like, I ain't saying no more. This guy.
He doesn't have a very deep voice either, does he?
No.
It's like almost like a girl's voice.
Yeah. He said he knew he was there, but when I said what I said, he was like squirmish. So it's like, okay, you shouldn't have said that, Donna.
Well, that's the same thing with me saying what I said right now. I don't, it could be just the fact that he has a light voice. It's lighter. He doesn't.
Right.
I don't know. It's
just it's kind of happy.
He kept looking down at my comment, and then he's looking around the studio, and then looking at my comment, and then looking around the studio, and I'm like, oh boy.
One of these days, you're gonna have to do like a remote view, and you're gonna have to go behind him and poke him on the shoulder.
Oh shoot! Oh. I think he would. I don't know what he would do.
That would be cool.
I don't know what he would do.
So it's great having you guys on, and I would
having us.
I would really love to have you guys on again down the road. We'll see how the cooking shows are going. More of that, and if there's something that you can make that can be preserved and you can send it, to me.
Right. Send it.
And I'm just kidding. No. But anyway, both of you guys are awesome. And
thank you.
I'm glad that you guys are in the group with us, and it's going to make the world a difference. And hopefully, I don't know how many of you guys are going to Tombstone, but that's supposed to be the next time I do anything, and that'll be with Brandon, because we're going to go there and meet up with Emmy and a bunch of other people. They're going to be doing the Paracon down there. So, if you got down.
Thank you for hopping on.
Who was that?
Oh, I'm just telling them thank you for hopping on.
Tara, that's your daughter again.
I was just saying no. I can't see the comments.
She said,
thank you, Linda.
Kimmy, can we do that together?
Oh, cooking. About cooking.
Oh,
she would do it with you, Kim.
Mm-hmm. You would get on there too.
I could cook hot dogs and hard-boiled eggs. Okay, so it's awesome, ladies. Thank you for being here tonight.
Well, thank you for
Thank
asking
you for
us.
having
Oh,
us.
it's just my pleasure, to say the least. And I know that what was that? No, that's not right. I don't know what that pertains to. But anyway, we'll go ahead and shut down. You guys want to hold on for a few minutes?
Okay.
Okay,
All
everybody.
right. Good night,
Thank
guys.
y'all for hopping on.
Thank you very much for everybody in the chat. You guys are all awesome, and we'll all talk to you later on. We'll see you guys. Have a good evening. And we go all the way till next week, and I'm not going to announce anything till then. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.